Hi, I am Rachel Bellotti, and this is Breathe at Home. This meditation is going to be one on embodied listening. So, what that means is actually being able to not just listen to our thoughts, but listen below our throat. Listen to the wisdom and the resourcefulness that lives within our full body, because it has a lot to give us if we listen. So go ahead and close your eyes gently. And start to notice where your body is right now. What you are bringing into this space with you. What is here? Start to notice your breath. And what your breath feels like and sounds like today. I invite you to start to deepen the breath, allowing yourself to invite in anything that you really need during this meditation on your inhales, and release anything that no longer serves you on your exhales. If it's calling to you, allow the breaths to become audible. Giving yourself a moment to clear the space that you have decided to be in. And as you continue to release anything that doesn't serve you right now, know that you can always come back to it after the meditation. I invite you to allow the breath to be an invitation to really get everything that you need. Inhaling in all the stuff that you want for you. Knowing that you can always pick up anything that you've chosen to let go of at the end of this meditation. Allow this time to be for you, to listen, to really be with you in a deep way. As you continue to breathe, see if you can send the breath down to your lower half and really feel the connection points with the ground below you. Noticing the subtleties of what it feels like to be in connection with the ground below you. Noticing the really specific parts of your body that are in contact with the ground. Noticing the specific parts of your body that are holding you up today. Noticing the position that you chose to sit in and how stable that foundation is. The support below you and the support of your body, your vessel in this moment. On your next inhale, I invite you to very slowly breathe life up every single vertebrae of your back. Really feeling what it feels like to allow the breath to fill you up from the bottom to the top. And eventually allowing that breath life to pour out the crown of your head. Taking your time, allowing yourself to feel what it feels like to sweetly fill up your body with life, your life force, through your breath, activating and engaging effortlessly. Noticing the subtleties of what that feels like. And as your breath and life force pours out the crown of your head, notice what it feels like to allow that life force to encircle your body, surrounding your physical and energetic body with life. Note any sensations that are arising as you feel yourself come to life from the inside out and from the outside in. See if you can notice even smaller subtleties. And then allow yourself to experience your entire body and energy field and all the minutiae that exists in it. The grounding, connection points with the floor, the effortless aliveness coming up your spine, the openness of your chest, the arms naturally resting on your thighs, the life force that is pouring out the crown of your head and surrounding you. Notice it as one unit. And just breathe into this meta experience of you in this moment. And from this space of meta-awareness, ask yourself, what do you need today? And allow the answer to arise from within. Not holding on too tightly to what you think the answer should be, allowing the answer to bubble up and tell you what it wants, what you need. We are an entire, dynamic, whole, intelligent, wise system. Not just a head and a body. Not just a brain outputting processed activities. It is being shown that our intelligence actually begins in our bodies. And our ability to connect with our soma, to connect with our body, to connect with the sensations below our neck and including our neck, all of our felt senses. Developing the literacy of understanding what our bodies are saying through listening, deeply listening, gives us an access to a resourcefulness, a wisdom beyond our wildest imaginations. Continue to breathe into your full system, your full body, acknowledging its wholeness and its oneness. We spend a lot of time in our heads expecting our brains to do a lot of heavy lifting, more than they were ever meant to have to do. Can you allow the rest of your body to start to support the brain? Can you allow the brain to start to support the body? Most of us are really good at activating our cognitive states, our analytic mind, our analytic system. And this isn't a bad system, it's a beautiful system that keeps us safe, that helps us be efficient and productive, helps us take action. And it can't do it all. As you breathe, can you invite yourself to start to experience another system? Your empathic system, an inner knowing, a relaxed state system, your being system. We experience this through allowing and through breathing into our felt sense. We all have an inner knowing, an inner wisdom, an intuition. We might all call it something different, and that's okay. Allow your name to be your name that you use that feels right for you. And we all have it. We all have the capacity to activate this subtler system. And if we slow down enough, we actually notice that many of our actions and our thoughts truly start within our felt sense. So if we can slow down enough to pay attention to what happens before the actions, before the thoughts, we can listen to our bodies. We can listen to the resourcefulness and the wisdom that is asking for us to pay attention, so that we can take care of ourselves, so that we can own who we are and our experience before we take actions based on default programs and pre-programming from our very tired cognitive system. When we can tap into this deep resource, this deep insight, this deep awareness, we're able to go below the programming, below the thought traps, below the emotions and the stories that are trying to keep us safe, yet stop us from actually being able to experience our reality. By learning how to connect with our felt sense and our inner knowing, we can tap into a calmness, a powerful truth, our truth. We can learn how to sit in that space of our truth and to trust it more and more. And to do this, we need to slow down. Slow way down. Paying attention to the subtleties of our felt sense and focusing there, allowing wisdom to arise. This isn't something that can be forced or willed. It comes from surrendering sincerely into our bodies, into the experience of our honest felt sense, and allowing ourselves to listen to any messages that may arise if those felt senses had voices. Allow yourself to connect with your breath. And notice that breath in the body. Where does it naturally go? Where does it naturally reside? Where does it want to avoid going? Maybe invite yourself to breathe into those spaces that the breath isn't used to going. And notice any insights that arise through your felt sense. Notice any subtle movements within your body. And see if you can notice the movements in between the movements. And if there's a part of the body that is trying to speak to you, allow yourself to go there with your breath, breathing into that space and listen. Is there something that it's time for me to know? If there is a question that you are seeking your own inner wisdom on, I invite you to ask it of yourself silently. And as you ask this question, notice the thoughts that arise. And instead of latching on to them, just notice the thoughts as thoughts. thanking them for being here. Continue to breathe as you allow the thoughts to just be thoughts. And see if you can go a little bit deeper. Asking the question again. And if emotions arise, again, notice the emotions for what they are, acknowledging their existence, allowing them to exist without hopping on for a ride. And go below the emotions. Drop into the body. And as you ask the question again, trust any sensations that are coming up. And breathe into those sensations. Asking yourself the question again. And allowing an inner knowing to rise up. What do you know in your body is the answer to the question you seek? What are you ready to hear? Allow your body to share with you your inner knowing. Allow the answer that is arising to have space. Know that you don't have to do anything with it. This is simply a new awareness to take into consideration. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Again, I'm Rachel Bellotti, and this is Breathe at Home.